Felicity for Get Your Rock Out here with a couple of the lovely guys from Blackfoot. How are you doing today?
We're doing good. We're glad to be here. We flew in yesterday and then we checked out the venue last night, went home and slept for about 10 or 11 hours, and now we're ready to rock tonight.
Brilliant. And so what do you think of it here? Because of course it's never been here before, and to be honest, it's a pretty beautiful place.
It's really nice out here. I'm impressed, a lot of different bands, a great crowd, and just you could feel the vibe, man. Rock and roll's alive in the UK, alive and well.
And did you manage to actually catch any bands that really stood out last night?
Not really. I think Tim went and checked out a band for a little while. We went and saw the venue and came and mingled with a little bit of press last night and then went back as we flew about 12 hours yesterday. And we wanted to get some sleep. We were exhausted, So we didn't really get an opportunity to check out many bands last night. We got in kind of late, too.
And is there anybody that you're really looking forward to catching today, if you manage to catch anybody at all?
Well, we our brothers, the Molly Hatchet, we do a lot of shows with them, and they're a big influence on what we do. So we're looking forward to seeing them and catching their show. And of course, Sebastian Bach, and there's so many others to name, but those are a couple that come to the top of my head.
Yeah, very nice.
Brilliant. And of course 2012 is the new era for Blackfoot. So how did it come about? Tell us pretty much the entire process.
Well, basically, Ricky Medlock has a vision, and had this concept of creating a new Blackfoot for a new generation of fans, and keeping this music alive. So, he got a hold of each and every one of us and, threw the idea by us, and we got together and practiced. And we found out pretty quick the chemistry was there on and off the stage. And we've been doing a lot of practicing, and the music's really clicking, the show's coming together. And a lot of it's under Ricky's guidance. He comes in and, kind of watches over us and oversees what we're doing in practice. And he lets us do our thing, because we're the new lineup, but he also kind of oversees stuff, and he'll put in his input, how he thinks things should be and sound. And of course in the studio he's producing our new record. He plays a little bit on it and sings a little bit on it. So all of it's overseen by Ricky, but he's pretty liberal and lets us kind of do our thing.
Yeah.
And it's quite an unusual setup. Are you enjoying it? Is it a process that you like? Do you like kind of having him in charge and calling the shots, as it were?
Yeah.
Work well together?
Really, I wouldn't have it any other way, because it's his band originally. But, playing with Tim here over on guitar and Brian on bass, Michael on drums, we got a good chemistry, and I'm having a blast.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good time all the way around. Playing the music and doing all that is great, but even when we're traveling and everything, the personalities, the chemistry is kind of there all the way around, and it's nice to be able to kind of, as he was saying, Ricky sort of oversees what we do, but he sort of lets us run amok, and then here and there comes in and goes, all right, but he encourages us to be ourselves and to, that's why. There's sort of a modern twist on what we do as well, but we're having a blast doing it, though.
And Whiskey Train has been the first song that kind of people have really heard from you guys in that kind of respect. Have you been happy with what people have been saying about it so far?
Yeah, we've been getting some good feedback. Of course, that song's available on our website, blackfootband.com, and we get really good feedback on that, from our live set, too. And it's a fun song to play, and, people seem to dig it and like it.
Wonderful. And the set tonight, what can we expect? Is it purely classics, or are there a couple of other things thrown in there?
Well, a lot of times when we play, shows, we do a 90-minute set. This show's compact down into a 60-minute set. So we're going to be doing Whiskey Train, which is going to be on the new album, but we're also going to be doing a lot of the classics and a lot of the hits as well. So.
And the new album, do you kind of have a date that you're thinking, I think we're going to have it out by then?
We don't have a release date yet, but we kind of have a target date, right, set in mind for summer 2013, maybe the third quarter 2013.
And so why should people buy the album when it comes out?
Well, it's going to be just kick-ass in your face rock and roll, and just kind of living up to what Blackfoot used to be with a little bit of a modern twist on it,
Wonderful. And what do you guys think that the most important aspect of any live show that you put on is?
Well, I think the most important thing is to, entertain the crowd, because they're paying good money to get in to see you. So, you have a good tight band up there that has having a good time and, likes to get the crowd involved and just do a good show.
Yeah. We more than just going up and playing the songs, we like to make it a show, and so that's a part of it, is just giving you things that you wouldn't necessarily just get on the CD,
Yeah, there's a lot of emphasis on the show part of it, as well as the music being really tight. There's a lot of emphasis put on the show aspect of it.
Wonderful. In the kind of next 6 to 12 months, where can we expect to see you?
We're working on the album, but I think in the next, several 6 to 12 months, we're going to be doing a lot of shows in the U.S. There's talk of us coming back here to the U.K. There hasn't been a lot of bookings going on lately because we've been practicing this new lineup and getting it, fine-tuning it to get it how we want to be. And now we're starting to write for the next album. Our goal is to get an album out and then tour behind it. So, of course, we're going to be doing shows in the meantime, but we'll be out there playing around the U.S. and most likely the U.K. next year as well. So.
And are you kind of thinking UK festivals, or is it more going to be a tour-based thing?
We're trying to focus on the festivals, but of course we do club dates too. It just depends on, what we have, and how it's routed, so,
And do you hugely prefer playing festivals to playing kind of tours on your own?
Myself, I love playing festivals, but there's also a nice, intimate, kind of really cool factor, to playing, small venues too. So I think we'll probably do a little bit of both,
So plenty of places to catch you then?
Yeah, I think.
Wonderful. And if people want to find out more, where's the best place for them to head over to?
Well, of course, you can go to blackfootband.com, and our tour dates are posted there, as well as, information, news, updates. And then, of course, we have a Facebook page, Eric's Blackfoot Band. Blackfoot, you go on Facebook and do a search for Blackfoot, and we have quite a presence on Facebook too.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us. Really hope you manage to catch some bands this weekend.
Well, we will. We're planning on it.
Too.
Brilliant. Well, have a fantastic day and really enjoy your set.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you.